Good morning, you guys. I'm just gonna be straight out with how I'm feeling. I am nervous. I can't imagine it being good news, just because we should have had a heartbeat last week. I'm just really praying for a clear answer. Like, if we are like miscarrying, I pray that the baby did not grow and is still 1 centimeter with no heartbeat, and that would give us a clear answer. But if the baby grows, I think that would be harder to kind of comprehend.
What if it's growing and it has a heartbeat?
It would be a miracle.
That's what I want,
yeah.
so bad. That's what we both want, big time.
Yeah, I just have to say I'm so thankful for my doctor. I think it's hard for you guys sometimes because we try to keep the video down to a reasonable time and you don't see all the conversations and discussions that we have. Of course, she's disappointed with us, you know. She's very, you know,
she's
last
not
week
disappointed with us. She's disappointed with the results.
With the results, yeah.
Yeah. And
knows that, you know, it didn't look good last week, and she very much clearly explained that to me, but she allowed me to wait and see what we were doing, because until we have a super clear answer, we're just gonna kind of hold tight.
Thank you.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste, friends. At least I brushed my teeth for you. Can you smell that fresh breath?
So this morning is our ultrasound. It's been a week and a day since our last ultrasound.
And we need a heartbeat today.
And the heartbeat last week I know was very confusing because she was looking at the blood flow, and that was more of like, she didn't see the flicker. So in other words, last week there was no heartbeat of baby, but looking at the blood flow was possibly going to give her an idea. Normally you wouldn't see mom's blood flow, like heartbeat, when doing the internal ultrasound, but she says she has seen it a couple of times. That's why last week we were pretty sure that it was my heartbeat, but just praying that maybe it was baby's.
Yeah, and so that baby's so latched on to you that it's going at your pace.
Yeah.
If we just get this 10 weeks with this baby, it is going to be heartbreaking, and it's going to be really sad, because I don't even want to think forward of what it would look like moving forward. And we've even talked about taking, you know, some time off of infertility and just enjoying this summer and just enjoying our girls and just vlogging our life, like, and just being a family without these doctor's appointments for a little bit. And I think it would be really healthy for us. And I'm just so proud of Alex, like emotionally and spiritually and just physically. She has poured herself into this pregnancy. She's poured herself into this entire process since our first 3 failed IUIs and our first 2 failed IVFs, and then this successful one. You have done a remarkable job, and not only just for you and for the girls, but you've been present with our family amidst of it, and you have been so honest with them. And you guys, we are so grateful for you, for the new people that are here, and for those that have been with us since day one. We have a community here that not just care about us, but you guys care about each other. And so whatever happens today, we will stay positive. We will find the silver lining in it all. We'll find the hope in it all. And we will do our best to let our love multiply to you, even when we're struggling. And people ask, how do you keep hope? How do you sustain positivity in the midst of it all? And I just feel like yes, like we are Christian, and yes, like we love Jesus, and yes, like we believe that God has a purpose for our life and for yours, and he gives us this hope. If this is negative today, it's going to be heartbreaking. But those that go through infertility and lose a child, go through like the biggest losses in life, you are professional grievers. And I just want you guys to know, wherever you're at in your journey, you're going to be loved and supported by the people in this community down in the comments below, on Twitter, on Instagram. I don't know what's going to happen here in a few minutes, but I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'm so grateful for Dr. Hatch, and I'm so grateful for all the physicians here and all the people in the back office, and you know, everybody that has poured into. There's nothing else. That's exactly right. Like, we've done everything within our power to do this.
It's so easy to blame a doctor or a facility or a procedure, but at one point you've done everything. Like, we've literally done everything behind the scenes and on camera. But it comes to the point where if God wants this baby for our family right now or not, I'm ready for our next sibling to join our family at some point, but whenever that is, I am okay.
Yeah. There's a small shred of hope right now, and I think we're clinging on to that. This journey has been exhausting and highly emotional, but we are living this, and this is our real life, and we do this because we know that we are not alone, and we do this because we know that there's a lot of you out there that might be Googling and searching how do you get through all this stuff, and our videos come up, and I just hope that every single one is just an encouragement to you guys to know that.
And for those of you who aren't going through it, just that this is an encouragement for you, that you can stay positive in the midst of life. Life is hard sometimes, and just learning coping mechanisms to get through it.
Yep. Okay, I think we're ready. Get that baby's heartbeat. Come on, baby. Oh, I just want this so bad.
Okay.
What is up, Dr. Hash?
My heart rate's still high, so you're gonna have to see a flicker.
I have a feeling your heart rate has been high since I saw you last.
I've been pretty good about not thinking about it, genuinely. So I've been pretty good, but that's because I'm not sure of what it's going to happen, and it's going to be what it is.
I think no matter what, knowing you've done everything you can and given it every chance, and if it's healthy, it's healthy.
Right.
If it's not healthy, totally.
I'm just
100%
tired.
She's tired.
Really?
I'm just burnt out.
Wait, are you surprised that we're emotionally exhausted from this last few months?
Yeah, no, just shocked. I'd be exhausted just from what you personally have gone through, but maybe adding your sister that you just had to put in there too. I mean, I don't know how you're...
Oh, I hate this.
You must be numb right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to see.
Okay. Okay, so what I can tell you just from the get-go is the sac is smaller than it should be. Well, no, even based on you being delayed.
Now it looks empty. It is empty. Where'd it go?
I mean, I hate to say it,
What
but
are the two dark areas?
No, I can still see the yolk sac in here. But, I mean, I'm not seeing what I need to see.
So now there's two pockets.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It probably means it's abnormal.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so it's not going by the normal process and it's just splitting abnormally. Okay, so this is one.
If you have it.
And then here's two. And then just to make sure they're not connected, I'm gonna roll it around just to make sure, but they're separate.
Yeah.
But remember, that's where I found the heartbeat last time, was in that white area.
Right.
Whereas this time I'm not seeing anything.
It's half the size. It was 1 centimeter last week.
Yeah, it's going backwards. And probably what may have happened, now that we see the second one, is that I think that it was just growing slowly. And it was abnormal. And there's a split. And it just split, and it split in an unhealthy way, clearly.
So would it be like it's trying to split into twins, but it split itself, kind of thing?
It didn't split normal, just like conjoined twins, you know, and things like that. Like splits don't always happen, right?
Right.
There's nothing for me to measure. Like last week, I knew where to put the thing to get a heartbeat, you know? I just wasn't sure last time I saw it. But this time I can't get anything. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think happened. Is I think it split abnormally. And we've waited long enough, truthfully, to be able to have the abnormal half grow enough to be able to see it.
Right.
Because the other one's clearly gestational sac.
Right. Just for my mind,
Yeah.
does that mean it would have been twins?
Had it split correctly?
Right.
Yes.
Stop it.
But it just didn't split healthy.
Right.
I mean, that's a clear gestational sac.
Yeah.
For closure for you,
Yeah.
I think one of the things I'd like to do, if I can, I don't know if I can.
Let's see both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one makes it look more like the placenta, you know?
Right.
I can't get that but you've seen the black circle already.
Yeah, just more the two black circles is like the picture that it would be.
Exactly. I think that would be good for you to have. Okay?
Can you look at that?
Yeah. Again, it's hard to tell, but this is the one that was growing that we measured.
Right.
It's just, that's not a great picture, but it's the only way I can get the two together.
So we would have had twins.
But yeah, they split. If they split, they're identical, right?
Right.
So if they split not correctly
Yeah.
and they go different directions, this is what happens.
Yeah.
So neither one got everything that they needed.
Right. Right.
In your case, this one got a lot more of what it needed, and this one got a lot less.
Right. Because even at our 6th week, when, or like, you know,
Yeah.
like so many weeks ago,
Yeah.
when you guys would look and there was like, almost looked like there were kind
Yeah.
of two, but it was kind of one, but then it kind of separate, and so,
Yeah.
and then we would say, oh, that's just like fluid over on the side.
That's
I'm
what
just
we
curious
thought.
if that was,
It probably was.
it was splitting at that point.
I would say it was probably.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have some answers. I mean, it doesn't make this any better at all. You know, you've been through hell,
Yeah.
you know, in so many ways. But as horrible as this is, at least having answers as opposed to, I don't know why I miscarried, and I don't know how it's going to be different next time.
Right.
That actually would be worse.
Like we already know it's
Right.
genetically abnormal. We don't need
Right.
to even
Exactly.
know.
Because with the abnormal split, even if it was chromosomally normal, it became abnormal and it split.
Okay.
I'm sorry though. I'm so sorry.
It's weird. I had so many dreams that it was twin boys.
Really. You know, you guys are some of the nicest people I've ever met, and you know, I don't know, you know, why, but well, you're just going through more than most people ever. They can't even imagine what you're going through.
Right.
You know, but this is too much.
It's not too much. I'm just tired.
Well, yeah, you should be tired.
And I just want to know when
I
or
know.
if it's going to work.
I know.
You know,
I do.
with the 3 more, it would just be,
I know.
it would be the point would be too much, as if we didn't get any babies out of those
totally
3.
agree. I agree. Which would be so unusual with having so many at the age that you are.
Well, I just want to prove to Philip, though, we shouldn't have put in 2, because then they both would have split and we would have ended up with quadruplets.
Oh my gosh.
Grieving is good.
I know.
We're gonna take a couple months off, and we're gonna
You know
take a
what?
break, and
you need to take.
we have a
couple months
vacation
off.
planned, and
Please,
yeah.
thank you. Where are you going?
Yosemite.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna go camping with the
Yeah,
girls.
that, you know what? You please you need to take some time off.
Yeah.
Now, so this is the problem. This is still in there,
Right.
and I honestly don't know how easy it's going to be to come out or not.
Okay.
You're welcome to do a D&C if you would like to do a D&C. So you're welcome to do chromosome testing. You're welcome to, there's no negative, it's just this one might be a little bit more complicated, because if it came back normal, it could still be from the abnormal split. Like it could have been a normal embryo that split abnormally, and so chromosomally is normal. But when it's split, because it split when it was differentiated, right, exactly, it split abnormally. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I will walk with you. Can I put shorts on?
Yeah. You can play. Swing.
I want to be on the swing.
Can I have a hug first? Thank you.
Love you,
Give
Mommy.
me Grandpa. Thank you, buddy. That was good. up the hill.
Callie, I love you.
Give another hug.
Oh!
You know that?
Why don't we go down the grass?
Okay, you run down the hill. Whoa!
Should I come down here?
Yeah, you can go all the way down. Well, you guys, it has been a very long day. So we asked for a very clear answer, which we got. So the baby went a little bit smaller in size. I think I was extra emotional today because we found out that there may have been twins. The embryo was either abnormal and split, or the embryo was normal, but when it split, it became abnormal where neither side got enough of what it needed to grow. I think I'll show you guys tomorrow all the different ultrasounds, kind of the progress. It's funny because some of you guys have said it looks like there's 2 sacs in there, and you know, the little thing that was like pulling away, but today there was a clear 2 sacs, a gestational sac of 1, and then the baby inside the other sac that was growing further along. I asked to not do a DNC right now, and so I'm just cold turkey going off of my meds. We should lose the babies over the next couple of weeks, and I will, you know, communicate with my doctor if I feel like we want to go and do a DNC. I asked not to go on the medication to help move the miscarriage along faster. I'm just wanting to just be for a little while. It used to be very logical in the sense where if you miscarry in that first 12 weeks, the peace of mind a little bit is that the embryo is genetically abnormal and wasn't going to be strong enough to make it to birth, but it still makes it hard. I don't know why. I feel like seeing the 2 sacs made it harder for me. Just like the beautiful image of like 2 little babies that were identical twins. I never wanted twins. That we haven't put into embryos because I wasn't trying to have twins, but there was some beauty in the sense of it being naturally happening with identical twins. I just loved it. I kept having dreams that I had twins this pregnancy, and it was identical twin boys is what I kept dreaming. We don't film everything. We don't film our entire appointment, talking with the doctor, everything, but I pushed a little bit more of, you know, let's wait and see. Can I have another week? You know, she would say, why don't you see me in a couple of days? And I would say, can I have a week? But I'm thankful. I wouldn't have stopped until seeing the growth of the baby stop, which is what we had in this last week. That's what I needed to have confidence in moving forward of going off medication. I think it's easier when you don't have to make that action decision when you're going to miscarry and it's part of your body and it's just going to happen is one thing. When you personally, as the mama, have to make the decision to stop the meds, it's a very strong action. And for me, I just needed it to be beyond clear, even stronger than, you know, do we have a heartbeat? Do we not at 7 weeks? To me, like, I still wanted to see we either didn't have growth or my HCG dropped, or, you know, have some kind of thing that was very clear. I even messaged my doctor tonight and said, the new sac that we saw bigger and clearer, you know, is it possible that that could be a baby? And you know, it was from 1 embryo, and so it's the same genetics for both. And if, you know, one's even smaller and stopped growing even younger than the one that we've been following, no, you know, that baby is not gonna grow. I think a lot of people say it's better not to have gotten pregnant at all than to go through a loss. And each person has the right to make the decision for themselves on what they feel would have been easier. Is it harder? Yeah, it's harder. I'm losing more, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I wouldn't take away these weeks for anything. I am so thankful for these weeks that I got with this embryo that decided to become, you know, 2 separate little guys. Or I'm thankful for the time that I got, and I would rather go through this loss, you know, with them than not to have had this time being pregnant at all. That's just my take on it. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. I'm thankful for you. Go let your love multiply. Bye guys.